Welcome into Cardinals Today by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Joey O'Donoghue, and on today's show, Dane Brugler, NFL draft expert. He's got new intel, folks, on all the prospects in this class. And so we're going to look at his top 100 big board that just dropped. We're going to take a look at the best players that could be coming to Arizona, some draft targets to change this franchise with pick number 3. And so if you are a diehard Cardinals fan, I encourage everybody to hit that subscribe button. If you want Cardinals draft content, this is the place for you. I want to make sure we get the Cardinals fans informed and give informative and entertaining content about all the players in this draft. So you know what we got to look forward to going into this class and what not to do. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, hit that subscribe button for free. Appreciate you all that watch Cardinals Today. So I'm going to show you guys Dane Brugler's top 10. Because 100, well, that's just frankly too much to look at in one video. But the top 10 realistically could all be players that Arizona lands at 3 outside of Fernando Mendoza. And number 1 might shock you. He has Arvell Reese as the best player in the class, folks. And then at second, Jeremiyah Love comes in, the Notre Dame running back who I really like. Mendoza is the third best player in the draft, according to Brugler. Sonny Styles cracks the top 5. Freak athlete. You saw it at the Combine. Is a linebacker strictly, though. And then Caleb Downs, the Ohio State safety product, is also top 5. Don't let Monti Ossenfort see this, okay? Don't need him thinking Arvell Reese is the best player in the class if he's there at 3. I'm going to run through Arvell Reese quickly here as we talked about him last video, but just so you know why I'm out on him at pick 3. And listen, I almost looked at this and I was like, well, I think I'm out on Dane Brugler now. No, this is just his one evaluation. He's pretty good outside of this. And here's the thing with Reese. The reason he's being projected so high is his athleticism. He's a freak athlete. He's explosive, and he's versatile. He's a little bit slender for an edge, though. Not necessarily as big a body, as strong a body, right? And it does feel like an off-ball linebacker in his first year. Someone that could maybe develop into an edge, and then you hit the lottery if he can do both, like Micah Parsons, but he can't right now. And one thing Brugler notes is that play action and misdirection create slight pause in his processing. A little slow to react, and all of a sudden, running back's taken off. Okay, and so that's the lowdown on Reese. He can be great. He will probably go in the top 5, definitely in the top 10. I don't want him at pick 3, though. He's not worth it for Arizona and what they're trying to do. Now, he could develop, again, into a really solid player for over the years. But at that point, if you're just going to talk about best of player available, I'd rather go Jeremiyah Love. I'd rather just take a guy that I know is going to be good immediately, right away. And you guys see this now. I said Jeremiyah Love's my number 1 prospect. Dane Brugler has got him at 2. I'm not just talking out of my you-know-what here. Love is arguably the best player in this entire class. He's one of 4 running backs that weigh at least 212 and run a sub-4.37 40 over the last 20 years, folks. You don't get prospects like this often. The combination of size, strength, power, speed, body, vision, elusiveness. He's a true 3-down back in the sense that he can block, and he's obviously your workhorse on first and second down. Only 1 fumble in 3 years, by the way, at Notre Dame. That's unbelievable. It's impressive how much he can do as a pass catcher, as a runner. He's electric, explosive. That's the guy you want on your football team. I know it won't translate to wins next year, probably, to draft a running back at 3. But when you are good, you can be dang happy that Jeremiyah Love's on your roster. Here's what Brugler has to say about Love as a prospect specifically. Love is an explosive athlete with remarkable blend of balance and burst to be dynamic as both a runner and in the passing game. He's one of the most talented players in the 2026 NFL draft class and projects as a high upside NFL weapon. Guys, I gotta be honest. I can't find an issue with Jeremiyah Love. I can't. I can find an issue with everybody else. David Bailey, we'll talk about his issues in a second, a little bit slow. Had an altercation recently as well. Cardinals Tate was a wide receiver 2 in college, but he's the wide receiver 1 in this class. Caleb Downs even had some injury concerns. You know, I feel like I could point to something about everybody in the top 10. Rueben Bain, short arms. I can't find anything wrong with Jeremiyah Love. He's perfect. After dominating on the field, he says he goes home, plays video games, and watches TV. He's not getting into trouble. It's exactly the kind of guy you want on the team. And my take is that the Arizona Cardinals should just be in the market to get good players right now. Don't get too cute. Well, we really need an edge, or we really need a right tackle. Yes, you do. Yes, those should be your picks for the rest of the draft. In the first round, second round, third round. But when you get a top 3 pick, that doesn't happen often. If you're going to take someone like Mauigoa, trade down, which I'm cool with as well. But if you're staying at 3, we're talking about staying at 3 right now, just take a generational player. And that's why Love should be in this conversation, as should Caleb Downs. I can't be mad as they talked about Downs as well. And it's unfortunate that the best players in this class are at positions that aren't drafted high usually. Safety, running back, linebacker. I get it. It's unfortunate. But you get a top 3 pick. Don't bust. Just take someone who's going to be generational, man. And Downs could be that. The worst case scenario for Downs is that he's a solid NFL starter. Like, seriously. There's not a low floor with this guy. Elite tackler. Great technique and power when he does it. He did not allow a touchdown for 2 years, folks. You talk about big plays, getting to the secondary, you're not getting past Caleb Downs. You know? Game-saving plays he'll make. Surefire NFL starter, Brugler calls him. Rangy safety, plays physical. By the way, durable. Did not miss a game in 3 years, folks, in college. Fantastic. These are the kind of players I should be talking about when I'm talking about pick 3. Not Arvell Reese. And that's where we stand here for Arizona. So you let me know in the comment section before we dive into more top options for Arizona. When you talk about staying at pick 3, would you want them to draft best player available or position of need? What's more important to you? Is it making sure you get an edge or right tackle right at 3? Or is you rather just get the best players? Let me know by typing B for best available, N for need. Get a letter in the comments section to let me know where you are at, Cardinals fans. And let's continue with Dane Brugler's top 10 players in this class. Mansour Delane comes in at 6, best corner in the class, according to Brugler. Now here is everybody's favorite edge. David Bailey comes in as the 7th best player in this class. Then you'll see Spencer Fano. First offensive lineman on his board is Fano over Mauigoa. This comes in at player number 8. Number 9, there's Rueben Bain. He is a top 10 player in this class, according to Dane Brugler, the Miami Edge. And then finally, a receiver on the board. That's Carnell Tate, the Ohio State University product. I don't think the Cardinals are going to do that again in the top 10. But let's talk about David Bailey. Because could you kill 2 birds in 1 stone, per se, at pick 3 with a player like David Bailey? One of your needs is edge. He's one of the best players in the class. Boom, I wouldn't be too mad about it. Here's exactly what Brugler had to say about Bailey. Likely to be a versatile NFL starter. Quick twitch, disruptive, powerful, explosive. That's what you're getting with David Bailey. Explosive, pure pass rusher. Still think he can work on his run defense a little bit and change the direction, but explosive guy. Easiest plug-and-play starter at the edge position in the draft. His weaknesses, though. Only 1 season as a full-time starter. Some tightness and movement, says Dane Brugler. That's kind of what I was saying. That's kind of what we saw at the Combine in his change of direction drill, slipping a little bit, almost like Arvell Reese couldn't get low enough. And then you got the altercation that David Bailey was a part of. Apparently, I'm seeing this resurface now. Bailey got really mad at a photographer. So, photo furthest on the left, you see he's getting in the face of a photographer, and then he's grabbing the back of his neck, and the photographer actually filed a police report, didn't press charges, but all of a sudden, you're seeing, this is like the Laramie Tunsil gas mask, I guess, for David Bailey, this altercation that he was a part of. So there's concerns. And remember, we're talking about a top 3 pick. I don't know if I can do justice the value of the 3rd pick in the draft. I don't want any risks. And so the reason I'm advocating for Love and Downs is because I don't see risks there. I see good players no matter what, no matter how good you are. They're going to be good. I don't want a risk of Reese, and Bailey might even be a little risky now. I still wouldn't be mad about the pick because I think he's a disruptive force in the pass rush, but I just don't want to play around here with pick 3. Just pick 3, folks. Let's get it right. Now, someone that you could get a little later if you move off pick 3, well, that to me is Spencer Fano, who I thought was very interesting. Brugler has him ahead of Mauigoa. Both of them played right tackle. Fano, a little bit more versatile in the sense that he could probably play guard. He even took snaps at center at the combine. Not that you would play him there, but right guard, right tackle is something interesting about Spencer Fano. He could do both. He's also probably more athletic than Mauigoa. Didn't allow a sack. 84.8 PFF grade, by the way, in 2025. And so I would think about him, but that's probably a trade down candidate, Fano or Mauigoa. I think we like Mauigoa the best. Mauigoa is my number 1 lineman in the draft, and pure right tackle. But Fano gives you a little more upside and versatility in that sense. How about Rueben Bain, who also was on this list that I showed you guys? Despite the short arms, he is up here, and he is a game wrecker. That is someone that Arizona is definitely doing their research on, is definitely looking at. And people are saying he could go as high as top 5. He could fall out of the top 10. Another somewhat polarizing prospect, but here's what Dane Brugler had to say exactly about him. Bain has some size, speed constraints, but his power profile, leveraged attack, and tenacious play style show in all areas of his game and directly lead to backfield disruption. He projects as a scheme versatile NFL starter who can line up wide, over the tackle, or inside as a 3 technique. So that's your profile on Bain. And like I said, I think some of these top guys Arizona can get by getting more draft picks. How does that sound? Move down to get Fano or Mauigoa, or Bain even. Now, you don't want to go too far down so you don't miss out on one of them, but you could get an extra draft pick to move down and get someone who you should be getting if you're not going to go pure stud. I mentioned Mauigoa. Where does Brugler have him in comparison? Well, he comes in at 11, just missed the top 10, okay? So, don't get too discouraged about Big Francis, CC Mauigoa, they call him. He's number 11. And the second best O-lineman, according to Dane Brugler. So, some people up and down on who's first between Vega, Ioane, Mauigoa, and Fano. But Mauigoa is consensus top 3, top 2 in this case, and played right tackle in a national championship football team in Miami. So, can't go wrong there either, but it seems like he would be the trade down candidate instead of a little too rich to pick him at 3, as I sort of alluded to at the start of the show. So, for my ball knowers, get in the comments section. Who's your dream draft target for Arizona? One player you want them to draft so badly. Let me know in the comments section, and then we'll talk about some sleepers in future videos, I'm sure. But let me know your dream draft target for Arizona. And that's going to do it for Cardinals Today. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. I've been your host, Joey O. Appreciate you. Hit that subscribe button if you love this football team, and I got more content coming your way. Appreciate you all. I'll see you next time.